Mm-mm-mm. Ah! Yeah, dog. I'm gonna wait for people to get in here because I just started this. Let me see how long YouTube is gonna hate before somebody gets notified. One person in here, okay. YouTube ain't hating. One person got notified. Make sure you log into the box and tell me who you are, yo, and like the video as you coming in too, yo. 'Cause YouTube don't respect me. That person left. Uh uh uh. Uh, all right, so I'm gonna start at the 3 minute mark and talk about hip hop and what's been going down. We're live in one more minute, dog. You two better stop hating, bro. Uh uh uh. 30 more seconds. Now the first live was popping, dog, and then after that, the next live was I know YouTube hating, bro. YouTube hater. All right then, boss. 444 the world back in here again once again, dog. In today's topic, the downfall of hip hop, what I feel like caused it, roles people play in hip hop. And this is not no shot at nobody in this video, you get what I'm saying? Because the way how life is a game of chess. And if you understand chess, in order to win, you have to make sure you protect the king and use your pieces to defeat your opponent. You get what I'm saying? Now, in the music industry, the crazy part about it is that a lot of the people that you would see in the music industry are pawns. You get what I'm saying? Now, when you're a pawn, if you don't know about chess, you get what I'm saying? Pawn it's the same piece that's all on the front line, right? If you look at the forefront in chess, on the front line is nothing but pawns. You get what I'm saying? And that's what people are when it comes to being in the music industry and when you're in the entertainment world, depending on what it is that you do and your role in that situation. Now, when you're a rapper, you have to understand something. Rappers speak. Whatever it is that you speak, that's your art, that's your craft. You get paid for it. You get what I'm saying? You get that through streams, you get that through doing shows, you get that in different kinds of ways, right? Whatever else it is that you got going for yourself. So hats off to you for that. And you have the ability to feed your family. However, Here's the problem with it. My honest opinion is that labels are kind of in a wave where they're pushing rappers to speak on certain kind of things that would invoke more negativity and more violence in the world, because that's what's popping. That's what's gonna sell. You get what I'm saying? As well as the sex and the money and the drugs, all of that stuff, right? Now, when you really think about all of that, rap at one point in time used to be a lot of inspirational music. It used to be a lot of quotes in there. You still have music nowadays that have some quotes, but the music back then had way more meaning to it. Now, the music that you hear, it's on the downtrend. It's took a turn for the worse. Now, one thing that I was able to understand when I look at how music is and how it's formulated, back then, a lot of the artists that you heard of, they were maybe young, but what it was that they were talking about wasn't something so, it wasn't so vulgar, or it might have had some vulgarness to it, but it had a lot of truth in it. But however, the music now is a lot more violence. The question that I always ask to myself is, yo, how did it get to this point? I'm not pointing fingers at nobody, but everybody plays a role in something, right? My honest opinion, Chief Keef, his wave of when Chief Keef came out, I must say this for a fact. When Chief Keef came out, Chief Keef took the music world by storm. Reason being why I chose Chief Keef of anybody, of all the rappers, is because Chief Keef was one of the first youngest rappers to come out. And when he came out behind his name, he was in beef, right? Now, one of his ops by the name of Little Jojo, right? Rode up on his block, made threats on him, said, yo, F you, F your boy. I don't know if it was Reese or one of them, right? And immediately after that, not too long, he got killed. I don't know how many days, how many what, but this was in the midst of Chief Keef coming up, right? For him to do something like that, I'm not pointing the finger and said, yo, he did this or whatever the case may be, but allegations and a lot of things are tied to him. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not pointing no fingers at him. But it's well known that he was beefing with him. And around that time, certain words were exchanged, and then afterwards, there was no more of him, right? From him doing that, and also having like features from like Kanye on I Don't Like, and that was a big record. If you really think about it, a lot of the younger kids that came up or you hear rapping now, if you ask them to name one of their favorite rappers, they're gonna tell you automatically Chief Keef is one of them. So if you really think about it, dog, drilling was started out in basically Chicago, but rapping and a lot of violence was already in it. But the reason being why I said Chief Keef on a whole nother wave is because a lot of the rappers that you see nowadays that are being signed to these labels are younger guys. These kids and these, well, I would say rapping now, they're mainly taking like around the younger 20s and like the teens, because they got a lot of young rappers that's out nowadays. And if you really think about it, the numbers of rappers that's coming out is growing by the day. It's numerous. But the reason being, like I said, Chief Keef, for instance, is because I noticed that he had a big impact and influence on a lot of these younger kids. And I'm not gonna lie, when I heard Chief Keef coming out, he had some songs that I like, but I understand the difference between what it is, what's real, what's not, what he's rapping about, all of that. You get what I'm saying? But not to go too far into it, his situation was different because when he came up in beef, and then after that, there was no more of his ops, right? Then slowly after that, you'll start hearing people saying it in a rap line like, oh, I had beef, so I had the Chief Keef. You get what I'm saying? So if you hear certain things that get put into rap lines, it's like supposedly like a symbol or like a signature, better yet say, right? So I'm gonna give you an example of like a signature in a line of rap, right? I keep the 30 like Curry, right? What does that remind you of? Everybody that's coming in, please like, dog, and introduce yourself. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't know why people coming in and then it just vanished like that. I don't know what YouTube doing, but basically, when people say, yo, I keep the 30 like Curry, you already know what that mean, right? 30 mean 30 in the clip, right? 30 reference to Steph Curry, right? Who is Steph Curry? A basketball player, aka a shooter, right? He shoots the ball, right? But they're referencing it to shooting actual guns. You know what I'm saying? Hitting their target. So when you really think about that, right? It's kind of crazy how words kind of play out, and people can take certain words and draw it in instances to create a picture in what it is that they're talking about, i.e., what they're rapping about. You get what I'm saying? So when you hear lines like I keep the 30 like Curry, I had beef, I had the Chief Keef. I think OT Genesis said that in his line Push It, right? It shows you that violence get glorified, right? It's not like once upon a time where music like Bob Marley and like how can you say it? Like all kind of old school people that put out music that was positive, that had music like meaning to it. Nowadays, it's nothing of that. Straight negativity. Give you more proof, right? That music is going down, right? If you understand music, I was into music. I ventured as far as marketing, all type of stuff. I had an artist, so I know everything. Like not everything, but I know a great deal, right? When you're in music, music is nothing but politics, bro. You're not going to just get on like that. You have to know certain things. If you can make money off of music, but if you're trying to get on the main stage like the BET Awards and all of that stuff, guess what? If you're not willing to get down with the get down, you could kiss all of that goodbye. You get what I'm saying? When it comes to being in music, you have to understand this along with politics. If you feel like you're going to be able to get a song to go on the radio and they break it like that, you have to really pay for play, and as well as that, go through certain obstacles, meaning like the people who run the radio show, they have to approve of your song and all of these other stuff. The people that's running it, yo, yeah, you could run it, you could break it, but you're gonna spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to even do something like that. You get what I'm saying? When you really think about music and where it's gone, all right, I'm gonna go in another angle, right? For people who don't understand music, how artists get paid, right? When it comes to streams, right? I think the highest paying platform right now is like Tidal, right? In order for you to get 1 million streams, somebody has to be playing your song. Your song has to be out there, right? But you have to really think about that. Life is based off of what is necessary. Think about it. I'm not disrespecting nobody because I love music, but I want everybody to think about something, right? Music is not really needed in the daily life. You'd use it to get through, though. Like, example, when you go to the gym, you probably want to listen to some music. When you at work, you probably want to listen to some music. But really think about it. Back then, people was doing all kind of different stuff to rip off music. Look at LimeWire. Anybody that knows about downloading music and getting it for free, if you a 90s baby, you know about LimeWire. LimeWire, you just, oh, I want Lil Scrappy or whatever the case, Lil Jon or whoever it is that you wanted back then in the days, Young Jeezy. Put that in on LimeWire and they're going to give it to you and you just download it for free. They were allowing you to take people's stuff like that they put out hard work and just rip it off. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, how do artists really get paid? You hear about streams. If you think about it, for one song that gets streamed, you're not even gonna get more than like probably like a third of a penny, dog. You get what I'm saying? So you have to have multiple streams to make sure that when you get your quarterly check, that shit looks nice. You get what I'm saying? But think about it, dog. If you got to go through all of that, making your music, rolling it out, having videos done, that's another thing. What's up, Ozzy? When it comes to being involved in music, you have to go all the way around. You have to be professional. You have to have work. More than that, we're living in a digitalized era. And this is very important. The generation that we're in right now are visuals. They like to see stuff. People can hear music all day long, yeah, but they want to see visuals with it. You feel me? So you have to think about when it comes to investing into when you want to do a music video. Music videos aren't cheap either. You get what I'm saying? Unless you got a good cameraman and you could find a deal, you can make a lot of that stuff happen. But here's to go back into the subject of music and how it's declined. A lot of the artists that are being signed nowadays, as I stated, are young, as opposed to the artists back then that were older and probably, yeah, they had a little bit of a different type of a message that they were preaching that was uplifting and it had a lot more meaning to it. But if you think about it, everybody that's rapping nowadays is basically rapping about the same stuff: money, drugs, women, lifestyle, being a smacker, stepper, being with it. It don't matter. You get what I'm saying? That's all that's being preached. So when you think about that, if that's all that's being preached through the music, you're going to intake that. You're inhaling all of that music. Once again, it's not like what it used to be back then. That's why a lot of people who know real music, they'll probably tell you they don't really listen to a lot of the music that's out nowadays. Maybe some artists, right? Not all. Give you another example. Music can impact you to do different kind of stuff. And this is a big example I'm going to drop. When I was in school, in high school, that's when Young Jeezy came out, right? When Young Jeezy came out, Young Jeezy till this day still is one of my favorite rappers. You get what I'm saying? When Young Jeezy came out, he made you want to hustle. He trap or die, all of that. Whatever it is you was into, whether it's selling drugs, chips, juice, cookies, it don't matter. Whatever you want, his music made you want to hustle. You get what I'm saying? That's the message that he was preaching. Just hustle, make money, right? You think about music now, if it's motivating and it was motivational like that back in the days, what is it going to motivate people to do now? What are the messages that they're preaching? Killing, shooting, robbing, all of that, right? Popping popping mollies, zannies, all of that. And the new one that they actually pushing in the music now, fentanyl, right? If you think about all of the stuff that they're doing now in music, it's preaching a whole new wave of fuckery, dog. And I'm just being honest. If you really sit down and measure a lot of the stuff that's being said in music, it's not anything that's going to equate to greatness or leading you to the next level, right? And I still listen to some of the music, but it's to gain understanding. Some of it's good. I'm going to give you an example, right? ESTG, right? If anybody knows who that is. ESTG probably has to be like now, if you think about it, as time goes on, you're gonna need a new Jeezy or a new Wayne or whatever the case may be, right? ESTG, the way how he came out, he had an impact like a Jeezy in a way, right? All of his music smack, all of it line up. But if you really think about what he's preaching, it's on a wave like hustling, but it deals with a lot of drugs and all type of stuff, right? So if you're thinking about it, it's still the same thing back then, but it's a little bit more intensified. And I'm not talking about him. I'm just talking about the collective of a new rap wave now that you see in the world right now. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not pointing the finger at nobody. But you have to understand this. When a lot of people are put into poverty and a lot of people are put into difficult situations where it's hard, certain dreams didn't come through for you. Example, ESTG. He was originally a football player. He tried to get into the NFL. That dream didn't work, but guess what? He ended up being a rapper. So if you really think about these things, right? To the average kid that's coming up in poverty, what's programmed or preached to us as kids or people who are in a certain stricken situation is that there's only but few certain kind of ways that you can get out, whether that's through playing sports, whether it's football, basketball, whatever sport you like, or other than that, getting involved in the fast lane, right? Now, if you hear that those limited options are preached onto people, a lot of people who probably don't have guidance will take it and run with it. That's where a lot of rapping start coming into play, and people start expressing what it is that they go through, right? And here's the similarity in it. There's a hood and there's a ghetto damn near everywhere in the world, especially in America, right? So a lot of people are going to be able to relate to that. But if you really think about it and take it a step further, if everybody is in relation to that, if somebody comes out and is rapping on that level that makes it hit, makes it make sense for you to understand them, you're going to be like, okay, yeah, I feel them. They talking without what I want to hear. But they're also speaking a lot of pain. And when you're in pain or you taking a lot of pain or a lot of music that's probably going to bring you down to a certain state, you can kind of stay there. So you kind of crave for music like that. Whether it is you know how to use it towards a certain benefit where you don't have to act on those type of things where you have to portray a certain act of violence or carry out the music that you listening to. You know how to actually use it and take it for what it is. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of the kids that's coming up, they're not taking it like that. They actually live their raps. You get what I'm saying? So I'm going to give you an example, right? And that ties in with rap and the downtrend of it, right? There's rappers who actually live that life and have lived that lifestyle, but at the same time, they had a little bit more discernment, I would say, back in the days. Or would it be like times have changed and just people have gotten a little bit more wilder? So that's like a balancing scale. You feel me? But I'm gonna give you an example. Pooh Shiesty, right? Pooh Shiesty is from Memphis, right? Young artist, and he signed to Gucci Man, right? 1017 label, right? Pooh Shiesty actually lives what he talks about. Now, you don't have to be a person who listens to rap or listens to him. You can just look him up and see what went on with him. He was involved in a robbing, like an armed robbery down here in South Florida, where I think he was supposed to buy some shoes from somebody or buy something and ended up robbing the person, right? He was charged for that. Not only that, there was an incident where I think, yeah, he actually like shot his pistol inside of the club, right? And that was a line that he put something like in reference to like I got my own fire, I don't need security in the club. Fire meaning he got his own pistol. He don't need security. What did he show? He demonstrated his raps. You get what I'm saying? He let it off in the club. He don't need security. From a lot of the kids that's coming up now and seeing and hearing this type of stuff, and they seeing, yo, what's up, Oz? Oh, what's up, Abstract? If people seeing this type of stuff, they're gonna kind of like the younger generation, the people who are like, you get what I'm saying? Just follow me where I'm going with this. A lot of the younger kids, they're gonna see this stuff and they're gonna believe, yo, in order for me to get on or to be a rapper or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna have to be with it. I'm gonna have to do, you get what I'm saying? Just do certain things to get on or get noticed, which is pushing negativity and more badness, more violence. And the thing about it is, music, because it's entertainment, it can cause confusion. So really think about it, right? If you have a lot of people out here who are talented, and I'm not saying people who rap about violence aren't talented, because I hear people put together some wordplay that's out of this world. But I've heard people who rap positivity that's just as great, but guess what? They don't get signed. Thing about it is this, is that there's an agenda. You get what I'm saying? The more negativity that's out here, the more violence, the more foolishness that's being preached, is the more hell that's gonna be here on what you see out here when you go outside. More robbing, more killing, more violence, more kids doing wild stuff with drugs. And that's another thing. You get what I'm saying? Because in the cemetery, as I stated, there's a certain section for people who have who suicide or whatever the case may be. But one stuck out to me, that the person was buried close to suicide in the next side over, but in the same section. You get what I'm saying? This girl died from an overdose, a drug overdose, right? I think she was like 16 or 17 years old. And the way how her father looked, he was just, you get what I'm saying? Not happy, not pleased. I talked to her about it. It's the lifestyle. These kids nowadays, what are they listening to? I don't know what it is, but she didn't care. She was just doing whatever the hell it is that they wanted to, right? And that's another thing. The media kind of helps raise people's children. You feel me? So depending on whatever content that they're taking in or whatever it is that they see, that's what they're gonna be, that's what they're gonna, you know what I'm saying, is gonna have an effect on them. Just like the famous saying, product of your environment. When people are a product of their environment, they tend to do certain things that their environment shows them. You feel me? I.e., if you can take somebody from the hood and put them on in the forefront, it's gonna cause like a ripple effect. You get what I'm saying? It's like a form of high level chess. So when you really think about all of these things and all of these moves that have been made in the industry, the kind of music that are being released, that's being played on the radio, the type of artists that's being signed, the amount of artists that's being signed, you get what I'm saying? It kind of shows you the trend of where music is going. Another section in music, right? How the violence has gotten out of hand and out of control. I'm gonna go back to Chicago again, right? And once again, Alpha Chief Keef has nothing to do with him, because this has something to do with bigger, with which is actually bigger than him, and it's his whole environment, the state of Chicago, right? If you listen to Chicago or know of any other rapper besides Chief Keef, look at the FBG Duck, look at the Little Pappies, look at the it's so much of them. Oh my gosh, King Von. If you really look at the long list of Chicago rappers is like damn near extinct, right? And it's kind of weird, because you have certain people from certain areas that's going against each other and they're dropping diss songs against each other. And it's all in the name of, it's still rap music, right? From people carrying out the activities that they live, what they see in their environment. A lot of these kids not having direction, guidance, or help. They're just acting on what it is that they see on the TV, around them, all of that stuff, and there's nobody there to help them or guide them. Look at the effect of Chicago. There's damn near not even really any more Chicago rappers really left. There's a small handful of them. You get what I'm saying? Amongst the various, like the numerous amount of Chicago rappers that have died. And if you really think about it as well, they even have a series. If you don't even know about this, you can look it up. I forgot what it's called. They have a series as to where They have different rappers from Chicago that have came and went, and it's kind of sad because these are people and their life matter. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna stay too long into all of this. It's been about 30 minutes. Just wanted to come in and touch base with you guys. But on a whole, the whole rap scene that you see today, it's not what it used to be. And another thing that kind of like stands out about it is that this was predicted in TV. TV ties in a lot with music and all of that because that's where it's broadcasted from. Television, it tells lies to your vision. It shows you whatever it is that is on at the time being, right? So, one of the greatest shows that I always watch, and it's a cartoon, it's a favorite of mine, is the Boondocks, right? Boondocks pretty much predicted all of this stuff that's going on, all of the things that would have taken place, all of the events, right? Pay attention to all of the episodes. If anybody has never heard of the Boondocks, go ahead and watch it. I'd strongly recommend it. Something that will make you really laugh, and as well as that, teach you a lot of stuff. If you pay attention to how they portrayed rappers, like example, Gangstalicious, they're pushing a lot of femininity. A lot of these rappers wearing tote bags and whatever it is that you like. I'm not judging nobody because there's a lot of people that are not that. They're just following the trend. And as well as that, there are some people that they're being paid to do this stuff because when people see you in the limelight, they're gonna follow after you. You get what I'm saying? So no shots at nobody. I got love for everybody. You get what I'm saying? So if you really pay attention to all of this stuff that's being going on, the people that are running the game are playing high level chess right out the gate, and it's a form of we're gonna play on your poverty, we're gonna play on your suffering, your pain, everything that you've went through in your life, and now we're gonna make you work for the money. But when you work for the money, you're gonna preach. The message you're gonna be preaching is what it is that you went through, more violence, you're going to wear these certain type of clothes, all of these fashion. Another thing, right? Paying attention to music. Music ties in with fashion and trends and everything that goes on. So when you see people wearing these big Balenciaga shoes that look like somebody stuffed like a basketball, like the pump for the basketball and just started inflating the hell out the shoes, people start wearing this and they're spending like $1,000 on shoes. And it's like, dog, that's rent, bro. You do what it is that you want with your time and with your money. You get what I'm saying? Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Hello? What's up, boss? Mm-hmm. Nah, nah, nah. That's good. I already know. I peep game. I appreciate you. Yo, my bad about that. That was my boss calling me about tomorrow because I'm finna go into work. So basically, back into what I'm saying, like if you really think about it, right? You have fashion industry tied in with music, and then you have people that spending money on designer, fashion, whatever it is that you like. And you think about it, a lot of this stuff costs thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, diamonds, chains, all of this stuff, right? But rappers aren't really making money. That's a form of confusion, right? Because here's the way how I look at that. There are some people, of course, nobody never really ever had every all it is that they wanted as a kid. Not even me. But at the same time, certain things, if you've never had certain things and it's given to you, or you have the opportunity to take something or help change your situation, if you don't know what's behind it, you're gonna go for it. You get what I'm saying? Depending on your willpower, your strength, all of that stuff. But if you really think about all of that, it's all just in a way to cause confusion on people. That's why, if you think about it, like all these diamonds that you see all these rappers buying and stuff like that, it's like, what is all of that for? Diamonds now can be lab grown. You feel me? Diamonds don't hold value like gold. You get what I'm saying? All of that is confusion on people. So what I'm trying to tell you is this: music went from a state of where you had to be really talented to a point where, yo, we really don't care so much about the whole, you feel me? Like the talent or whatever the case may be. It's about how much attention you have on you, how much followers you have, how much people you can lead off the cliff, how much of an influencer you can be amongst the people. You get what I'm saying? So that's really all it is that music is, dog. And the people that's on the forefront, some people really take this stuff seriously. Some people don't because they see what it is that the game is. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I want to let everybody know this, dog. Whatever it is that you listen to, I still listen to rap. I just kind of tone it down in certain kind of ways. But I mean, you just got to pay attention to everything that's out here, dog. Not everything is out here in your best benefit. Some things is gonna help you, some things is not. Make sure that the music that you're listening to, that it doesn't have an impact on your life where you carry out negative behaviors and you just don't really care. You just want to be reckless. You feel me? That being said, like, comment, subscribe. 440 for the world. Checking out, dog, on this Friday. I'm gonna drop some videos for y'all next week. I already got them planned out, and I'm gonna start recording, if not tomorrow, on Sunday. All right. That being said, love you guys. Take care. Enjoy the weekend. Don't work too hard. All right. Peace.